Okay, today I'm making some trail bars, cranberry walnut power balls. And it calls for 3 cups of old-fashioned oats. I'm making a double recipe, so I'm going to add 6 cups. Got 3 there. These are old-fashioned. Okay, that should be 6. Okay, my next ingredient is flaxseed. You're supposed to grind it. So I'm going to put it in my grinder. And there we go. Got some flaxseed. Okay, first step is to mix all dry ingredients. There's my double portion of oats, which is 6 cups. There's my flaxseed. Calls for 1/4. I didn't quite double that completely. Put a little bit over 1/4 cup. Calls for 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I'm doubling this recipe, so I'm going to put 4. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I do a heaping teaspoon or tablespoon. It doesn't have to be necessarily exact, depending on your taste. Okay, our next ingredient is 1/2 cup of dried cranberries or other dried fruit. Well, I have dried cranberries. It's not quite a cup. I'm going to add all of these. And then I have blueberries, dried blueberries and cranberries. Should be pretty good. And these 2 packages together are going to be 1 ounce less than a cup. So I think that's pretty close. It's close enough for me. Okay, our next ingredient is, our recipe calls for 1/2 of chopped walnuts. 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts. Okay, there's our chopped walnuts. Now it calls for 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts, and since I'm doubling the recipe, that's slightly over 1/2 cup, but I'm not only adding walnuts, but I've got these raw sunflower seeds from Now Real Food. These are fantastic to the taste. They're unsalted and they're all natural. They are certified organic. And that's the reason we love them. So I'm adding about 1/2 cup, kind of eyeballing it. That's about right. It's close enough. 1/2 cup of sunflower seeds instead of doubling the almonds. I mean the walnuts. I guess you just add a little bit of this, a little bit of that if you want to, because I consider these trail bars, and I can't wait to taste them. Alrighty, next ingredient calls for 1/2 cup of mini chocolate chips, and I've got the mixed. It's dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white morsels. They're not mini, but I don't think it's really going to matter, because after all, these are trail bars. Calls for 1/2 cup. I'm going to double that and make it a whole cup, or slightly more. depending on your taste for chocolate chips. Okay, that's basically a cup. Pour this in there. Have to add all your dry ingredients first. Okay, what's next? Alrighty, now that we've got all our dry ingredients in the bowl, we're supposed to mix it well. I like using a wooden spatula or wooden spoon. I don't have a tripod, so I'm having to hold my camera. You'll have to invest in some equipment. So now we got our dry ingredients mixed. Now it's time to mix all our wet ingredients, which is honey, coconut oil, and peanut butter. Alrighty, it calls for 1/2 to 3/4 cup of raw honey. So I know there's an easier way to do this, but I didn't take the top off, so. Alrighty, I took the top off. It'll make it flow a little faster. 1/2 to 3/4 cup. And I'm doubling the recipe, so I'm going to add 1 cup of honey, because half is what it calls for. So, alright, let's do slightly over half. That's a lot of dry ingredients in that bowl that we need to mix up. So, there's our 1 cup of honey. Okay, and I think this recipe needs a touch of cinnamon, which is fresh ground, and I ground this week. It doesn't call for it, but I don't know about y'all, but I love cinnamon. So I'm going to add 2 heaping pinches of cinnamon. Okay, let's add our honey. Well, it looks like a sticky mess, don't it? There goes our honey. And next will be our coconut oil and peanut butter. Alrighty, I didn't have it on camera or film, but it calls for 1 cup of peanut butter. And since I'm doubling this recipe, I added 2 cups. Now I got to get my coconut oil. And after you melt coconut oil, it tends to harden pretty fast, so that's the last ingredient I'm going to add to this recipe. And hopefully I can get it mixed up before it starts to set, because I'm going to turn these into little balls and coat them with coconut. Alrighty. For those of you who haven't really experimented cooking with coconut oil, you're supposed to subtract from the recipe, because coconut oil, well, let's put it that it makes the recipe more runny if you put too much in it. So if it calls for 1 cup of Crisco or 1 cup of oil or 1 cup of butter, from my experience, if it calls for 1 cup, you subtract at least 1/4 cup. So the recipe that we're doing today calls for 1/4 to 1/2 cup. Okay, if I were to double that would be a cup. So I'm not going to do quite a cup. I'm going to get this to 3/4 a cup, then I'm going to stop. Because if I don't, it'll be too runny when it sets up. So what I'm going to do, since coconut oil comes in a solid form, I'm going to add a little at a time and put it in the microwave and put it on the soften. Soften melt. And let it go for a couple of seconds. Alrighty, I took that out of the microwave because that wasn't quite 3/4 a cup, and I added some more and let it run for the second time on soft and smoothen or melt, soft and melt. So I got right at the cup. So I'm going to stop with that, and we're going to give it a shot and see how this turns out. Coconut smells delicious. Okay, I'm going to put this down for a minute and mix this up, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I got this mixed up. I tried using the wooden spoon, and the consistency was a little bit firm, but it's really sticky, and it was sticking to the spoon, so I had to get my fingers in there and just mix it up the old-fashioned way. So, change of plans. I was going to make small balls and roll them in coconut, but it also suggests, since my time is limited today, it also suggests coating the bottom of your 9x9 glass pan with coconut so the bars will be easy to lift out. So that's what I'm going to do. I got 2 9x9s here, and I'm going to layer this coconut in the bottom, and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, I got the coconut layered in there. Pretty good thickness where I don't think it's going to stick when I put my mixture in there. This way, when you put your mixture in here and then you put it in the refrigerator and let it chill, hopefully when it's ready, you can cut it and lift it out without any problems. So let me get this mixture in the bowls and put it in the fridge. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Got my layer of coconut in the bottom of each pan. And it says to press it down firmly. So that's just what I'm doing. It's kind of sticking to the spatula, but when that coconut oil sets up, it's going to help firm it, hold all the ingredients together in the pan, especially after it comes out of the fridge, because we got to chill it before we cut it. So let me get this packed down pretty good, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, I got it pressed pretty firm. It's starting to set up a little bit, I can tell already. Don't forget your layer of coconut on the bottom so they won't stick when you go to take them out of the pan. Alrighty, taking them to the refrigerator. There's number one. And let's see. Maybe that'll fit. Oh yeah. Number two, perfectly. There we go. Now we're going to give it a few hours, and then we'll let it set up and take them out and get them cut and put on the plate for tomorrow. Thanks for watching, y'all. Alright, y'all. It's time to take these out of the refrigerator. Well, they seem pretty firm. They've been in there for about 2.5 hours. There's one. Alright, I got these out of the fridge. You can see pressing pretty hard on it, and it's really firm to the touch, and it gives just a little bit, ever so slightly. So I think they're ready to cut. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, looking good. It's pretty firm. They're staying in one piece, and looks like they're going to turn out pretty good. Have to really push down to get that knife through. That honey and the coconut oil that has solidified, these are going to come out perfect. Now we're cooking. Got one out. See some of the coconut still in the bottom of the pan, but after I get all these out and put them in there, I'm going to sprinkle that remaining coconut on top of them. to make sure you cut all the way through on these to the bottom, because there's a lot of oatmeal and seeds, and all the ingredients are more of a crunchy consistency. So sometimes you have to press down a little bit harder to get them to come out of the pan. But they're doing good so far. I can't wait to try these. Alright, they're coming out pretty good. Have to prime just a little bit from the bottom. There's two right there. Isn't that pretty? The coconut on the top. Alright, y'all, I'm really pleased with the way these turned out. Once they set up in the refrigerator, they were in there from 2 to 2.5 hours today. Once they set up and I cut them, they just come right out. I'm just so pleased with those. I was thinking it might be a gooey mess, but it didn't. So this extra coconut, just going to sprinkle it on the top here, so it won't go to waste. Hate to throw it out. Kind of looks like it's snowing, don't it? Alrighty. There we have it. I hope y'all try them. And thanks for watching. And the hikers and backpackers, these are so solid in form that you could put them in your backpack in a Ziploc bag, and I believe they would really serve the purpose on the trail. They're full of energy. Products are ingredients that'll give you energy. So y'all, thanks for watching. Have a good Thanksgiving.